Welcome to Eagle Eye Thursday News at 6. Tonight, we will bring you updates to Auburn's COVID situation and other campus events, including the Performing Arts Center's spring performance lineup. Then, we will cover why U.S. national wages are at a 20-year high and myths surrounding children's COVID vaccinations. Finally, we get an Eagle Eye Auburn sports update and reveal this week's Lee County Humane Society Pet of the Week. All that and more coming up on Eagle Eye News at 6. Welcome to Eagle Eye News at 6. I'm Mary Lauren Burdeshaw.
And I'm Jack West. Across the week of October 25th, the Auburn University COVID Resource Center reported 8 new cases of COVID-19 on campus. This number remains the same as the week prior, but continues the low number trend of Auburn's coronavirus cases. The Resource Center also reported that 263 tests had been conducted across the week of the 25th, yielding 5 positive results, a 2% positivity rate. While testing numbers have continued to fall, positivity rate has remained the same, sitting at 2% or less since the week of September 20th.
To honor Auburn's first African American student, Auburn University will be dedicating the Harold A. Franklin desegregation marker on November 11th outside the Ralph Brown John Library. The ceremony is to honor the late Harold Franklin, who desegregated the university in 1964 and passed away in September at the age of 88. The event will begin at 3:30 p.m. on the 11th and will be conducted virtually for the general public. To access the event, Auburn has created a link at aub.ie/Franklin ceremony. Members of the public can visit the marker to the side of Thatch Avenue across from Sanford Hall after the dedication ceremony.
A recent study has determined that Auburn University makes a $5.63 billion economic contribution to the state of Alabama, including an addition of more than 27,000 jobs in university employment. This marks a 1% increase in economic contributions since the last iteration of the study, despite the economic disruption caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. This demonstrates how large an impact the university has on Alabama's economy, including Auburn's in-state expenditures, job creation, and academic support for major state industries.
Even though we are approaching the end of the semester, it is not too late to get involved at Auburn. Involvement Ambassador President Travis Harrison has this week's involvement update.
Hey guys, my name is Travis Harrison with the Office of Student Involvement. I can't wait to share all of the exciting things going on in Auburn this week. First up, the Office of Sustainability is having their fall film series this Tuesday from 5 to 7 p.m. at Pebble Hill. They'll be showing Southern Exposure and we'll be having a discussion about the film afterwards. They'll also be serving popcorn at this event and it will be completely free of charge. On Tuesday, First Year Experience will be having their callouts behind Cater from 8 to 8:30. Callouts are to announce the 2022 Successfully Orienting Students in Camp War Eagle Counselors. If you or anyone you know has applied for either of these positions, make sure to come out and support them. Callouts is one of Auburn's oldest traditions, and it is a great time and really something that you don't want to miss. On Wednesday from 7 to 10 p.m., UPC and Tiger Knights is hosting their casino night. The event will be taking place in the Student Activity Center, and there'll be lots of fun. There'll be all sorts of casino games at this event along with free food. Grab a few of your friends and head to the Act to test your luck. As always, make sure to log into AU Involve and check out the dozens of other events coming up this week. Thank you, and War Eagle.
When we return from this short break, Alabama is suing the federal government, and the Jay and Susie Goose Performing Arts Center has announced their performance lineup for the 2022 spring season. You're watching Eagle Eye News at 6.
Welcome back to Eagle Eye News at 6. Alabama is joining other Republican governors in a lawsuit against the Biden administration's COVID-19 vaccine mandate for federal contractors. Governor Kay Ivey announced recently that she would be joining other Republican governors in a multi-state lawsuit that attempts to stop the Biden administration's mandate requiring all federal contractors' employees to be fully vaccinated by December 3rd. The lawsuit argues that the mandate violates the 10th Amendment and other federal laws. States whose governors are included in this suit are Georgia, Idaho, Kansas, South Carolina, Utah, and West Virginia. Ivy has already issued a previous rebuttal to the mandate in an executive order of her own that bans vaccination mandates in the state of Alabama.
This week, the J and Susie Gouge Performing Arts Center announced its spring 2022 performance schedule. Nearly 24 performers, including some of the biggest names in rock, jazz, dance, and chamber music, have been booked. A large part of the slate for the spring are rescheduled musicians from 2020 and 2021. Tickets to these spring 2022 shows are expected to sell out quickly, but those that purchase tickets and packages for rescheduled performances will still have their tickets honored on the new date. More information about performers can be found at gougecenter.auburn.edu.
Auburn University's student-run PR organization, the Oaks Agency, is making an impact in the Auburn-Opelika community by giving students real-world experience in PR while representing local businesses. Founded in January of 2020, the Oaks Agency is now partnered with 9 clients in the Auburn-Opelika area. In addition to businesses like the Amsterdam Cafe, Vinyl Guys, and Auburn Public Relations, the Oaks Agency recently signed on to represent Toomer's Drugs. This partnership further solidifies the agency's goals of giving its agents real-world experiences, connections, and the feeling of having made an impact on their local community.
Auburn's training of healthcare students is taking on a new, innovative method of providing care to those that may have pre-existing physical limitations. A team of investigators at Auburn University is conducting a study in immersive virtual reality experiences to give healthcare students a better understanding of what certain physical limitations feel like. The team of investigators, led by Associate Professor in the Harrison School of Pharmacy's Department of Health Outcomes Research and Police, Kimberly Garza, is looking to change that with and from Auburn's Office of Information Technology in the Big EO Center. Utilizing virtual reality simulation and mechanical devices, students may experience various physical limitations that patients they are dealing with. Students are knowledgeable about disease states and these various physical conditions. Most have never experienced them firsthand. When we come back, we will discuss myths when it comes to vaccinating children, and U.S. wages are at a 20-year high. You're watching Eagle Eye TV, Auburn's news leader.
We return now to Eagle Eye News at 6. It's a sign of the competitive nature of the America job landscape right now. Wages have hit a 20-year record high as companies are upping their perks to attract new employees and retain workers while the nation deals with a growing worker shortage. Jen Sullivan has a closer look at what's being offered and why some are still choosing to stay away from the job market in Consumer Watch.
It's a good time to be looking for a job in America. Companies are rolling out the red carpet to attract new talent as more people leave the workforce, leading to what some are calling the Great Resignation.
What we're seeing, I think, in a lot of cases is one, is the pandemic is wreaking havoc and fear on people as far as going back to work.
And it's issue number one for companies as COVID continues to reshape the jobs market. A census survey found nearly 5 million people are not working because they're taking care of their kids. 3 million people saying they're worried about getting or spreading the virus. And a record number of people simply quitting their jobs, saying they want better pay, better working conditions, and more flexible working arrangements.
Lots of families and people are looking at their work-life balance, and they're changing careers, or they want to change careers.
With the holidays quickly approaching, companies are scrambling in a war for workers, some offering higher wages and sign-up bonuses to attract new hires. Amazon offering up to a $3,000 signing bonus for its temporary workers, an average starting wage of $18 an hour. Companies also beefing up perks, including tuition assistance, student loan repayment, paid time off for volunteering, IVF coverage, even pet insurance. Then there's this.
I have bought each one of you 2 first-class tickets to anywhere in the world.
Spanx founder Sarah Blakely giving back to her employees. Along with those free flights, workers also got $10,000 to spend on their trip. For today's Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
Many parents are skeptical when it comes to giving their children the reduced dose COVID vaccination despite approval from the FDA. Some of that skepticism comes from vaccine myths that top U.S. health experts are looking to debunk. Mikayla Kelly has more in today's Health Minute.
It's official. Children ages 5 to 11 are now eligible to receive Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine.
Having that 5 to 11 vaccine available to them is a huge achievement for us as pediatricians. So we're very eagerly excited to be able to finally vaccinate this age group.
A recent survey found that 66% of parents with children in that age group worry that vaccines might negatively impact children's future fertility.
It unfortunately came from a bit of misinformation, and it got picked up in the press and propagated through social media.
The American Academy of Pediatrics, or AAP, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, and the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists are united with other doctors and public health officials in saying fertility is not a concern when it comes to the COVID-19 vaccine.
I would be the first person who would jump up and down and make a fuss if there was a connection here. There simply is not, and we don't need to worry about this one.
AAP spokesperson Dr. Hina Talib also says the COVID-19 vaccine won't affect puberty and won't permanently alter menstrual cycles. Any parent with vaccine concerns is urged to reach out to their child's doctor.
I think most pediatricians will be able to talk you through what you need to know in order to make that informed decision. And it's based on science, it's based on research, it's not based on some of the fear-based information that we're seeing on the internet.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
When we return, Eagle Eye's Mikayla Kelly has an Auburn sports update you won't want to miss. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Eagle Eye News at 6. I'm Mikayla Kelly here with everything you need to know this week in Auburn athletics. The number 18 Auburn Tigers upset the number 10 Ole Miss Rebels 31-20 this past Saturday night at Jordan-Hare Stadium. Bo Nix had a standout performance, going 22 for 30 for 272 yards and a touchdown, as well as rushing for 46 yards and 2 touchdowns. Linebacker Zacoby McClain was named SEC Co-Defensive Player of the Week, and defensive end Colby Wooden was named SEC Defensive Lineman of the Week. This was a critical SEC West defeat, and the Tigers are now 6-2 this season and 3-1 in the SEC. College football playoff rankings were released on Tuesday, and Auburn slid into 13 in the first round of rankings. With just 4 games left in the regular season and hopes of conquering the SEC West, Auburn football looks to defeat number 14 Texas A&M this Saturday in College Station, Texas. The Tigers-Aggies matchup has a kickoff time of 2:30 p.m. Central Time and can be watched on CBS. Auburn women's soccer defeated the South Carolina Gamecocks 2-1 in the quarterfinals of the SEC tournament this past Tuesday in Orange Beach, Alabama. The Tigers are set to take on the top-seeded Arkansas Razorbacks tonight at 5 p.m. Central Time and can be viewed on the SEC Network. This will be Auburn's first SEC tournament semifinal appearance since 2016. Auburn women's basketball will be losing a key player for the entire season as forward Romy Levi is out with a knee injury. The Tigers will start their season tonight at 7 p.m. in an exhibition game against Miles College in Auburn Arena. Auburn men's basketball team is back on the court in Auburn Arena this Friday in an exhibition match versus Southern Indiana with a tip-off time of 7 p.m. in the Auburn Arena. That is all we have for you this week in Auburn athletics. Make sure to stay up to date on all the latest Auburn sports news by checking out our website, eagleeyeauburn.com, and by following our Twitter, EETV_sports. I'm Mikayla Kelly, and you're watching Eagle Eye News at 6. We will be right back.
Welcome back to Eagle Eye News at 6. It's Thursday, the day that is sandwiched between the front and back halves of the week. And this week, it is fitting that we bring up that sandwiching dynamic because this Wednesday, November 3rd, we celebrated National Sandwich Day. Historians believe the modern sandwich takes its name from John Montagu, the 4th Earl of Sandwich, who popularized the dish in England in 1762. According to legend, the sandwich was born out of Montagu's gambling problem. During a particularly long gambling binge, he asked a cook in the establishment to bring him a dish he could eat with his hands without interrupting his card game. The cook returned with meat between 2 slices of toast, and voila, the modern sandwich was born.
With Halloween having come and gone, it's time to look towards the rest of the holiday season, and what better way to do that than with Opelika Chambers' Snowpelika event. On November 30th, Snowpelika will be filled with all sorts of fun Christmas events. Starting at 4:30, attendees will be able to visit the Winter Wonderland Festival and visit vendor booths. Then at 6:30, it's snow time. Artificial snow will begin to fall while the Opelika High School Marching Band leads everyone from the courthouse square down to the Christmas tree to round off the night with a tree lighting ceremony. To find out more about the upcoming Snowpelika event, visit our website, eagleeyeauburn.com, and search Opelika.
We promise this Pet of the Week isn't the star of a horror movie franchise, and instead, all he wants is love and cuddles. Chucky is a super handsome fella who loves roughhousing with his friends and is always up for a tasty treat or two. He's known for having the best freckles in all of Lee County Humane Society and flaunts them all day, every day. Chucky is 1 year old, neutered, vaccinated, and microchipped. He's heartworm negative, and his adoption fee is $115. Apply online for him today.
Before we go, we have one more correction to make. We stated that the final date of the complete vaccination for federal contractor employees was December 3rd, when it is actually December 8th. We apologize for that mistake. For more Auburn news, head over to our website, eagleeyeauburn.com, and check out our social media pages. I'm Mary Lauren Burdeshaw.
And I'm Jack West. Be sure to tune in next Monday at 6 for more Auburn news. For now, thank you for watching, and War Eagle.